Okay, your game, Georgia 40, South Carolina 13, a game that was never really in doubt or close at all. Thoughts?
It wasn't. No. Georgia looked really good. The offense looked really good. I just and so okay. This message to Kirby. You will never hear this, I'm sure. But if you somehow you're scrolling around on YouTube and happen to click on this video, I am clueless about quarterback handling situations. You never, ever turn to a backup quarterback after your first two drives with your starter are touchdowns, no doubter touchdowns through bombs, and then you go to Stetson Bennett, like all 5'9" of him, and we go to Stetson Bennett and put him in the game, and he immediately throws a pick, almost a pick six. It's just, okay. Georgia has the ability to win a national championship this year if Kirby stays out of the quarterback room. He is not allowed in the quarterback room. Like, I said this before. I reinforced this. Like, I'll say it again. He is not to touch the quarterbacks. It's just, no, that's all I have to say about it. I don't want to get too upset. This was a great win. You accept you do. You accept wins 40-13 against SEC opponents. You accept those every day. You love those against, even if it's against a bad South Carolina team, you still take that win because the defense is mauling. The defense is, I mean, just really, really good. We gave up our first touchdown today. Is sad, but hey, that happens. The offense is starting to click. JT looks really nice. The offensive line is starting to get some push. Georgia ran the ball fairly well today against a pretty good South Carolina defensive front. So yeah, the receivers are coming along. Some of the young kids, Donnie Mitchell, Jermaine Burton, really good. Had just really, really good days. So overall, it's good for Georgia. A good game. You like this going to Vandy next week? You should be able to win that one too. So it's looking nice for Georgia. I will say the game against Florida is starting to look a little tougher now because Florida looks pretty good. But no, I have nothing other to say than just like, please, for the love of God, don't mess with the quarterback room. That's all I got.
Yeah, I was actually going to mention that one too. It felt like it sort of feels like Stetson Bennett is just, that guy everyone has to like, because he's just such a hard worker and probably more likable, I would assume, than JT Daniels. Maybe the coaching staff was trying to throw him a bone. But man, I'm with you. Like maybe this wraps it up now. Like when that happened and he threw that interception, it was just like, listen, you got to play your guy. You got to play JT Daniels. It doesn't matter if he's not as likable or as hard of a worker or whatever. I don't even know that to be true necessarily. I'm just saying you're a national title contender this year. I legitimately think we've gone from a top five to a top two. I think Alabama and Georgia are the top two teams right now. And then there's a drop off. And that might change by the end of the year. But right now, Georgia is a top two team. Don't screw it up, is what I'm trying to say. And so basically, I'm with you on that. Yeah, they look really good on both sides of the ball. South Carolina, they have some talent, but man, it's a little rough. Their offensive line got worked. I mean, destroyed all day. Um, Obviously, they're playing an incredible front from Georgia, but I also feel like this is not a very good South Carolina offensive line, and I have to wonder, like, that South Carolina Vanderbilt game might be pretty big to see who who is the worst team in the SEC.
Vanderbilt's going to play a number of those games. I don't. We talked about in the preseason. Vanderbilt plays UConn in what will just be a thriller. That's going to make my top five games to watch that week. That will absolutely make it because you have to watch that. Yes, the loser. We can just send them right on down into the FBS.
FCS.
No, or sorry, FCS. The Yes, no, it's Vanderbilt's going to play a number of those. South Carolina is actually, I don't, they're not bad. Like they're really, they beat it was a good win last week against East Carolina.
Hmm.
Like South Carolina was 2-0, and I mean, yeah, you're not going to beat Georgia at Georgia, but Shane Beamer, I think, he's not gonna be a splash hire. He wasn't a splash hire when he was made, but he might be kind of the maybe a fit for him, kind of like Sam Pittman is at Arkansas, just a culture fit maybe more than anything else. They really they're a ways out. The cupboard was pretty bare there. They're just getting some kind of restocking and just getting a few players in there, getting some experience for guys, and to have a graduate assistant take over as your quarterback and play and to win games like that is impressive. So South Carolina has a bit there. They're going to get it figured out. I think by the end of the year they will be looking probably much better than they are right now. Because this game against Georgia at Georgia right now in Athens at a night game is a buzzsaw. Like that's rough against that defensive front. Against just the way that thing is humming there right now. So yeah, a loss like that to a top 2 team is nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah, it's not. And you compared him to Sam Pittman. Is it bad that I had a little bit of the last couple of years of Tennessee flashback watching their offense in the first half? It seemed like it was run, run, pass every single series. First down you run, second down you run, third down you pass. I don't know. Like obviously they can still grow, and I think he is more of a trying to build a culture thing there than anything else. So maybe it works out for them. That was just one observation I had.
No, I think when you're starting a graduate assistant at quarterback, you have to, yeah, you're circling the wagons at that point. So you're just trying to be competitive against good teams. Like you're just trying not to get blown out too badly, especially against a team like Georgia. So yeah, they're never going to win that game. And I think really South Carolina, their goal mainly is just to recruit. Now, here's side note, and we get into the recruiting, and Arch Manning was at this game. Just a Arch Manning watch. Which is going to be a lot of fun the next 2 years, or if he commits sooner, maybe he will. But yeah, he is starting his visits, and he has 5 of them out there. So, and yeah, ESPN obviously all over that. So it was hey, I'm a Georgia fan. This was a good game to be at. It looked impressive. Athens is impressive, especially at night. So hey, just throwing it out there. Maybe we can get Arch Manning to Athens. That would be awesome.
I saw some South Carolina fans on Twitter saying that their galaxy brain was suck against Georgia so that Arch goes there instead of Clemson. That was a good take on a good positive spin, I think, on a pretty bad night for South Carolina football.